Yeah, sorry, we're just having a little bit of issue, but it looks like we
Yeah.
are yeah, we're gonna get into it any second now, as we're
All right.
transferring over. The players are just setting up. Sorry, there are some technical difficulties with the league client, and by that I mean, of course, the league client is absolutely awful, and everyone knows it. But it looks like the teams are just getting ready now, so it'll just be a few more seconds.
All right. All right. Well, let us know. Let us know when we're good to go. But Kang, what would you like to see from Casual Reformed in this game? What do you think is going to be strong for them moving into game 2 against GGG?
I think if they wanted to double down on
Oh, sorry, Kang, I am just going to interrupt you because right as you started that sentence, I'm very sorry to cut you off. We have started the draft, so I'll just send you over there as Casual Reformed gets the first ban, and they're going to take away the Vladimir.
All right, Kang. How about you finish your point as they're going through the bans here?
right. So I think they want to double down on if they want to double down on scaling, you got to go hard on it, right? Kassadin, here, all these late game team fight mids. Um, Otherwise, I think if they want to switch it up, go for a little bit more lane dominant comp to maybe start out on even footing if they want to handshake a lot of these fights early on. So something like maybe a Lucian mid, and then pair it with a more utility AD who can soak up pressure a little more instead of just kind of dying to the Caitlyn. But yeah, I mean, a lot of similar bans this time around, as we see. Nothing new here. So we'll have to see what Casually Formed first pick.
Yeah, I believe the bans from GGG are exactly the same so
They are.
far. Wait, all of them are exactly the
All of
same.
them
You're
are
right.
exactly the
Yeah.
same,
Look
but
at
not
that.
the
Look at
salty
that.
run back because they put the priority on the Tristana here on the blue side.
Wow.
Hmm.
Interesting
That's
choice.
yeah, and the Morgana is going to get picked right back up for the side of GGG. Definitely a hard skill matchup for the Morgana. Of course, if the Tristan is able to time her rocket jump away, she can buffer right out of any form of CC like that. But with the Volibear picked alongside the Morgana, that's going to be very hard to stop the volley from just running at you.
Interesting. I'm thinking Tristana lately we've seen as a mid lane pick, actually. I'm wondering if maybe Cash Reformed are thinking about busting out something spicy like that.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Is
But
We have Wheelie in the mid lane, so he at least, I believe he was an ADC main in season 1.
he yeah
That's a
he
long time
was
ago, isn't it?
season 1 of
Sorry,
the
season
esports
1
league.
of Manitoba Esports League. Yeah, not of League of Legends.
I was about to say how long this man been playing.
Yeah.
honestly, though, if Tristana goes mid, I would be surprised if GGG don't fit a Malphite in there somewhere. Like even
Another Renekton into Volibear matchup here. Unless that's going to the jungle.
The inverse this time, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be no idea with the Renekton and Bahu Ocho with the Volibears. So I guess I was just no idea saying, you know what, you might have beat me last time, but it wasn't a skill diff. It's a champion diff, and just looking for the salty run back.
Yeah.
Morgana with the Twitch. Not something I actually see too often. Not sure how well this pairing goes together.
I think
It's go for it, King.
find a target that's like a free 5 stack for your expunge, and they're kind of just dead. But we're gonna have to see how that matchup plays out because if Twitch is grabbed by the Nautilus, not gonna be great for him. Tell you what.
Syndra ban again. Shen this time banned away from the side of Cash Reform.
Not wanting the invisible Shen ganks for sure with the Twitch Shen. Definitely a smart move. It's one of those combos that just makes you slap your keyboard every time you die to it.
Yeah, I guess then they're guessing that maybe the Volibear would flex to jungle instead of top lane.
Yeah, that's
I've
a
been
different
watching a little
ban.
bit of Team Liquid and
Akali, so that's 2 mid lane bans. They're obviously targeting that.
Yeah, guess trying to keep Wheelie down. Looks like they might try to force him onto the Orianna again, we saw last game, Wheelie did have some good ultimates, but a lot of them were kind of one-man ultimates on Carl DR. So I guess GGG comfortable with the fact that Wheelie might be looking for that Oriana.
That mid pull significantly shrunk down from what we see here, and GGG does have last pick counter pick. Probably going to be looking to lock in the jungle here.
I really hope that Tristana.
What would
is
you guys
really
be
in
wanting?
Mid. I want Tristana mid.
That would,
Tristana mid.
that would be spicy.
Tristana mid.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would pick Set here if I were GGG. Oh,
Zach.
damn.
I want to see an aggressive jungler
Oh.
from Casually Reformed. I want to see Tower Dives on the top side with this Renekton. Maybe a Nidalee.
I would love to see Nidalee Renekton from the side of Casual Reformed. That'd be such a strong top lane.
And
that
that
would
solves
ensure
your
such a
AP.
hard snowball. Yeah, it does.
For sure.
Let's see if they go for it. There is still the mid lane, or as everyone has mentioned, the AD carry position might be open.
Echo
Wheelie
that
is
jungler
exactly the
mid?
kind of player. Huh.
Second.
My instincts tell me it's jungle because Wheelie does seem like the kind of person to break out Tristana mid randomly.
Well, we gotta wait for this last pick here to see. Siobhan.
Mm.
No, that is Echo mid, Shyvana jungle. Shyvana jungle is not what you want to see in this comp here. I just don't think
Yeah,
she should see
I don't-
Shyvana in general. Picking Shyvana nowadays, I think that's borderline reportable from the side of Casually Reformed there.
I guess it all goes. Even if you pick
As
mid,
well as picking Fizz into the Echo matchup, also very interesting.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
let's break down the actual like full team comps here before we go into the game.
I think this
Um,
Renekton pick is wasted, personally.
So do you Intact, do you think that GGG has a stronger draft?
Just looking at it, I don't see a way for them to really punish the Twitch outside of the 2v2, especially in the late game. So I think if GGG can survive through the mid game, I don't think Echo will be able to go through and one shot them. I think they should win that, in my personal opinion.
Okay. First Kang, then Stefano follow up. What do you think? Who is the better draft here?
Yeah, I would have to agree with Intact. I think that GG has a better draft here. They don't really have a lot of tools to get on the Twitch as long as he plays safe, other than maybe the Nautilus ultimate if he's that far up. But unless Echo can get a flank and Nautilus can get a miracle ultimate, I can't see them getting on top of the Twitch at all. And with the front lines of Zach and Volley, along with the Black Shield from Morgana, looking pretty rough in those late game team fights if Twitch can get through those 2 to 3 item power spikes.
What I want to see the Zach. I'm not sure fully about the Zach pick. I understand it's for the engage for the side of GGG, but I would have preferred something that would be able to expose this Shyvana's early dueling power or lack thereof, so to speak, with some aggressive jungling, which Zach is not. So that's my one disappointment here.
I mean, you could be
Zach
build fully.
Yeah. Easy.
Full AP Zach?
Yeah. Zach was picked earlier than the Shyvana, but I do agree with you that you would have been hoping for someone to punish the Shyvana a little bit more. But what I'm noticing about GGG is that they have so many avenues of attack. It is going to be so hard to cohesively team fight against them. They're going to have their team comp is going to be hard to team fight as, but it's going to be harder to team fight against. If you have a Zac diving at you, if you have a Volibear running at you, if you have a black shielded Fizz coming at you, and then on top of that, Fizz is literally anywhere. Where do you put your front line? Because Twitch can appear from everywhere. Zac can go to anywhere, and you have to get them away from Fizz. So if GGG can get these good, well-timed engages off, then there's going to be no stopping them once they start a fight.
Well, and we saw in the last game that GGG seemed to be the more synergistic when it came to team fighting. They seem to be working together a lot better. So if we think that they have a better a better comp for it, and they did better in the first game. Let's see if Casually Reformed can answer and take a win back against GGG in Game 2. We're going to take a quick competitive integrity break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon for Game 2 of Casual Reformed versus GGG.
All right, welcome back everyone to Game 2 of GGG versus Casually Reformed. GGG is of course up 1-0 in the top lane, but on the side of 1-0 in the series, but on the side of Casually Reformed, we have no idea in the top side. Royal in the jungle, Wheelie in the mid lane, Zero Urge on AD carry, and Sean holding it down on support.
And opposite them, the winning team of last game, GGG, you got Baharotot in the top lane on the Volibear, the Zac in the jungle by Kid Corito, the Fizz pick in the mid lane by Sober Annalisa, and the dynamic duo in the bot lane, Planet and Carl DR on the Twitch and the Morgana.
Yep. Looks like once again we're gonna have a standard line of scrimmage. But Sean and Carl DR are set up in a little bit of spicy places, so could have some early aggression, but probably not. Probably just taunting each other a little bit, waving their fingers at them.
Interesting that, the mid laners are both just sitting in the mid lane and not covering, like a jungle entrance or something like that, because the way that GGG is positioned right now, if Royal or No Idea were to move in the top river up to the red buff, they wouldn't know it.
Mm.
And that's just, it's not really line of scrimmage if you're just sitting in the middle of the mid lane, because you're not really covering anything there.
But you do get the extra psychic damage of psyching out your opponent a little bit. You're saying, you know what, I can do this correctly, or I could just look at you. So that's always worth something, maybe.
It's worth it, I promise.
We do see this game. I want to talk about Wheelie doesn't opt for this.
Okay.
Oh, as I say that, Hook goes on to Carl. Level 1 shouldn't be too much, as we see a little bit of Lisa going in on Wheelie. But as I was saying Wheelie not going for this more control mage TP mid lane. He's going for this Ignite Electrocute.
It's already low.
Oh yeah, he's going for Ignite Electrocute, going for the kill lane, and it's already paying off.
And that's for both sides of the mid lane here. And that just means this mid lane is going to be a pivotal part of the map when it comes to deciding the outcome of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. As another hook does land onto Planet, and already you can see Zero Urge and Sean with a very strong bottom lane are already taking control of it and denying CS and levels for the side of Planet.
And yeah, the extra volatility of the mid lane means that TP, you have no artificial lane priority. It's all based on your own strength relative to your laner. If you're constantly getting shoved in, you don't have a remedy to roam around the map or come back to lane, which is the TP, you're just stuck there. Either you can't match your laner, or you try to match them and lose the CS. It just makes that matchup so much harder if you're losing it. So whoever wins that matchup is just so much more important.
We see now Lisa going a little bit aggressive on Wheelie, but it looks like Royal's going to be here. Wheelie's forced to flash out the Ignite, taking down with the minion auto attacks is going to get the kill, but it's going to be quickly traded over by Royal. All sums down in the mid lane as Kid Corito elastic slingshots over the wall, isn't able to get the kill. Zac not known for his early damage, but we predicted a volatile mid lane, and that's exactly what we've gone already 3 minutes in.
Brunalisa striking first here. That's going to be very important.
And so Hook does land.
This man just wants to go in on the Nautilus.
Little D exhaust does get popped, not taking the Ignite. He's taking a lot of damage from autos though. As Sean flash forward by Planet X, rocket jump right onto him. Hook lands, and he is going to go down to Sean. Zero Urge, a little bit low, going to opt not to go for the Goomba shenanigans and jump right onto Carl DR. But both sums burnt down on a hyper-aggressive Twitch play, and it's going to cost him dearly.
And that just shows how weak Twitch is as an early laner. You have the two early laners with the Nautilus and the Tristana, even inside of that huge minion wave, even just tanking every single thing, and the kitchen sink thrown at the Nautilus, he just still walks out. Well, the Twitch is the one that ends up getting blown up in the end.
We do see, it looked like Kid Corito was contemplating a dive in the top side, but decided against it, which is probably for the best. as then he might instead look for a dive on mid lane. There's no summoners on this Echo. Definitely possible. Can't quite see him. A little bit off stage as the
Okay.
Elastic Slingshot does come in. Echo is able
Q
to
misses.
phase dash right out of it. But Sean was there. Unfortunately, no minions in range for him to hook onto. So a little bit of an uneventful gank there. But that's wasted time for Kid Karito. While Royal on this Shyvana is just going to keep getting stronger and farming up.
I'm curious how Soberano Liza is pushing in so much into Wheelie, but he's still down CS.
That is curious. Wheelie, playing this lane very passively, but I guess just CSing amazingly under tower. As I say that, missing a lot of him. Sub Rosa goes under tower, is able to dodge the tower shot with the fizzy. Forget what it's called right now. But overall, nice trade by the side of Liza.
And here it is. Fizz forces the Echo out of lane. He's just going to push it in, force the Echo to miss a wave. No TP to go back means this Fizz can either reset now or look for a roam.
Ooh, Wheelie is still, though, feeling confident despite the fact he got solo killed. Picks up the Dark Seal right away. This man is looking to kill, and he's looking not to die while doing so. Ignite is coming up for both their champions very soon, so we can definitely expect some action in the next few, probably in the next about 15-20 seconds when Liza gets back to lane.
I have no way of seeing this, but did Wheelie go Inspiration second for his rune tree? Because I don't see Minion Dematerializer and I don't see the Corrupting Potion start. So I'm wondering what he values over the Minion Demat for the one-shot in the backline of the minions and the Time Warp Tonic here.
Yeah, unfortunately we can't see. It's unclear. I sometimes see Echoes going into the yellow tree to get that legend tenacity, especially against someone like a Zac and Morgana. But as I say, that dragon being starting up, both teams approaching. Chum the Waters does miss, goes wide as Wheelie's gonna face shift in, but Planet on the side. Dragon gets secured. Elastic Slingshot comes in. Kid Credo in the backline, but not caught up. TP comes down onto the ward. Ulti by Royal missing. Missing. But now it's Wheelie in a bad spot. His ultimate is available. E should be coming up. His forced ult only gets one person. Ignite comes down as Wheelie goes down on the other side. Sean goes down as well, with Bahuoto being an absolute monster, but he is going to end up going down himself. It's going to be a 2-for-1 trade for the side of GGG, but a dragon secured for Casual Reform.
Bahuoto, the Chad monster, just goes in 1v3 and somehow comes out the winner.
How did that? I mean, great TP and
looking
great
at the minimap,
flank.
I thought he was just zoning. I'm like, all right, the developer's just going to give himself up, trade himself so that his team can get the Echo, but no. I see he kills someone before he goes down.
Going above and beyond for sure. Unfortunately, that does mean there is going to be a TP advantage for the side of Casual Reformed, and No Idea is going to get a pretty nice few waves of CS. Going to be about 15 up. So it's going to be, he even has a cull, so it's going to be on No Idea.
He's not as Chad as Bahuoto.
I guess not. As they're fighting, level down on Bahuoto, No Idea instantly pops the ult. Conqueror gets popped. Slice comes out. Then the dice. Bahuoto going way too far up. No flash, nothing.
Okay, maybe he is.
Goes down. Yeah, no. No Idea said, I don't need to use TP to get kills. Watch me get a kill without using a summoner, and solos Bahuoto. Now
the artillery cannon goes in.
As the ult comes down, flash out from Kid Karito, who then has to Elastic Slingshot. Royal going very deep to pop the passive. Shum the Waters comes out, lands onto Royal. Ignite falls down. Exhaust comes down. Is going to get the kill. A little bit too ambitious by the side of Royal. Speaking of ambitious, Wheelie goes in, but Fizz is just able to Q right through him and get to safety with the red buff on him. 2-1-1. He's down 20 CS though.
Just a Nayram Fiesta right there. I'm not sure if there's any reason to chase the Zac so far.
Yeah, he had his passive up, and you can see the passive these days with the little wings above him. So it seems just like a little bit of a misplay on the side of Royal, costing his team a kill. But even still, 2-1 and 20 CS up, looking well. As Liza goes in, doesn't have Chum the Waters available, still going to try for it. As on the bottom side, Planet with a level advantage is going to release the Rat-a-tat-tat and Rat-a-tat-tat those guys out of there. No sums forced to be used, but lane priority does go over to Planet.
And all this action, drawing the mid laners towards the dragon, drawing the rest of the laners to the mid lane, it's having an impact on these guys' CS stat over here.
Oh yeah, as Lisa goes in again, not able to kill Wheelie,
Basically, ulti
forces
out.
the Chrono Break
He might
out
just
of
be dead.
Wheelie. Not quite looks like he's gonna go down, but does force the flash. Lisa not wanting to flash after him. As now it's the opposite story of the early game, where Planet and the side of GG is looking aggressive. Binding lands, ultimate goes down, heal forced out as well. And nice play by Carl DR, just forcing out the heal for what really shouldn't have been anything in that scenario. Um, as I say that, Bahuoto is going in, and as I say that, Royal is going in, but Kid Corito is already there. Royal caught in a 2v1. Chum the Water comes out. The kill goes over to Kid Corito. Luckily, not giving any more kills to the Fizz, but this is all falling apart for Casual Reformed. And as I say that, Dominus popped, as well as the Unbreakable Storm. Slice comes out. Dice is going to be in a second, but they doesn't even need it with the auto finish him off. No idea. Now getting 2 solo kills onto Bahuoto. No idea. Probably in all chat right now, just typing, see, last game was champion diff, as he's destroying Bahuoto this game.
And I just think Royal has a little bit of an itch whenever he gets his rage bar full, his ulti bar full. He just sees it turn red. He's just like, I gotta go in. Oh,
as there is a pause coming out, we will try to get back to you with what the cause of the pause is. Excuse the rhyme right away, but I'm gonna throw to Darren Kang and Impact to analyze what they can.
Absolutely. It looks like in all chat they're saying that Discord was messed up. I think I mean I can't go back and look at all chat. I think it was on the side of Casually Reformed was having issues with their Discord. So hopefully they'll be able to figure that out quickly. Usually that's a pretty quick fix. Um, yeah, this game so far looking pretty even. You know, across the board, kind of where there's a CS lead in the bot lane for GGG. There's a CS lead in the mid lane and top lane for Casually Reformed. Kang, where do you see this game going? Who do you think it's gonna? You know, who has the upper hand here?
You know, still hard to, because I'm gonna be honest, both teams seem to be going for questionable players, but I think
Yeah.
they Twitch thing is.
Well,
Sorry, Kang, we're losing you a little bit. You're cutting out quite a bit. Sounded like you were basically saying that both teams are having a little clown fiesta going on here at certain points so far in this game. We'll give it back to Stefano as the game seems to be back on.
Oh, Planet T in a good position with the flank going on to Zero. Zero flashes out, but still goes down to this Twitch 2-1 with the rat-a-tat-tat. 10 CS up, 2 kills up. Not what you want to see when you have a weak laner like Twitch. And even now, Lisa is looking pressure the dive. Q goes in, E goes in, ulti doesn't land. Last tower shot gonna come in with the ignite, and is gonna trade 1-for-1. But Royal used his ult mid lane to try to secure the kill, and that means that it's a free dragon for the side of GGG. And even it's not done yet. As a binding, oh, it is done. Just kidding. Go for it, Impact.
I'm not sure if I like the way Sobrano Lisa is playing this lane so far. Sure, he is winning the lane over Wheelie in terms of who has more pressure, who has the kill advantage over who, right? But he's forcing Wheelie to back, which is giving him this XP advantage to level up, but he's denying the waves while missing his own somehow. I'm not quite sure, because he's still down in CS there. And at the same time, rather than dive Wheelie, who's really not worth a whole lot, you could be forcing the waves into the Echo's turret and then roaming to get your Twitch ahead. You could be roaming to shut down the Renekton. You don't necessarily want to stay static in this lane and just force turret dives onto the Echo.
As Kid Corito is looking like he wants to get an elastic slingshot out. He's gonna hit Zero Urge. Q is gonna land auto, interrupting the rocket jump. Zero Urge is gonna go down. It's gonna force the flash out of Sean. That was either great timing by Kid Corito or the worst timing by Zero Urge. I guess you'll have to decide yourself. As then we see no idea going a little.
Does Bahuoto want to keep fighting this? Has he learned his lesson?
I think he's learned his lesson, hopefully, by now. As we see in the mid lane, Lisa is able to continue to bully Wheelie. Chum the Waters comes out. He's going to dodge this Slash and Flash, but it won't even matter. As Lisa picks up a solo kill, 1-4-1 on
Where's Lisa gonna go? Is he gonna go bot
Wheelie.
lane?
Yeah, it looks like he might try to interrupt the running
This is
back
what you
lane
wanna
by
see.
Zero Urge. No flash on the side of Zero Urge, but he's just going to go for the dive on Sean. Only exhaust. Stopwatch gets used. Carl DR tanking. Carl DR is not going to go down. Ulti goes down onto Planet X. Planet X is tanking, forces the flash out. Elastic Slingshot goes on to Zero Urge. Kid Kirito now tanking, but it's going to be Lisa just running in, going to stop chasing. Low HP all around on GGG, but no deaths and a clean, or not clean, but an effective dive bot lane for the side of GGG.
It's a shame. It was a good dive in the fact they did get Sean, but they could have had Zero Urge if the Q had just landed from the Zac onto the Tristana and the minions.
Yeah. As Dragon Descent comes down, as well as the Rift Herald.
The artillery piece is just hammering Babuoto.
Yeah, Bahuoto living by the fur on his back. Just barely alive, but it is going to be 2 towers top lane, and the rest of the map is looking a little bit shaky for Casual Reformed. Fortunately, though, they do have a 2-0 Renekton in the top lane. It's going to be an absolute menace to deal with.
I want to celebrate it. Soberano's finally equaled the CS in the mid lane. You love to see it.
10 out of 10. He got there, and on top of that, he's 5-2 compared to Wheelie's 1-4. This Fizz is going to be so hard to pin down. They do have the exhaust and they have the hard CC on Nautilus, but that's really it in terms of peel. And if they're peeling for the Fizz, who's peeling the Twitch? Who's peeling the Zac? Who's peeling the Volibear? There's so much of ways to get in and deal damage by the side of GGG's. It's going to be very hard for Casual Form to deal with it as the game goes on. And as I'm saying that, it looks like they're going to go for a 4-man gank. Chum the Waters lands onto Sean. Hook comes out. He tries to get under tower, but not nearly tanky enough as he gets quickly bursted by the 4 members of GGG. And that's another one going over to Weezra, 6-2 on the Fizz.
And this Fizz is just so fed right now. And now that he has the CS advantage, he can confidently say, this is a mid diffie.
Exactly. Last time it looked like Wheelie had the advantage with this control mage, with this slower game plan, but as the game gets more and more Fiesta-y, it's Lizra that's able to come out on top as the Dragon Descent does go down on him. Troll Pull comes out, getting him out, and Royal not really having a plan to CC him. He's going to walk out as Wheelie heads top lane. I don't think I can be alone. Oh, as I say this, Wheelie goes in, ulti comes down from Bahuoto. Oh, but Planet is here, and it's gonna force the side of Casual Reform to back off.
And yeah, last game in the Orianna Ari matchup, if we notice, Soberano Lisa was actually still getting the solo kills in these 1v1s on the Orianna and the Ari. But just because the champions was a little bit less impactful or pronounced, this game, he drafts the assassin. He's like, skill check, fight me. I am better than you. I will solo kill you even more this game. And that's exactly what he's done so far.
Yeah, and he's even building the Zanyas as well. He's going to be so hard to pin down for the side of Casual Reformed. How do they even deal with this Fizz now?
You have to rely on Fizz's own hubris, putting himself in these bad positions to catch out, because Fizz is not one of those champs you can sort of manufacture a pick on.
Very much you have to wait for them to make a mistake, but with the way Lizra's been playing in the past 10 minutes, he hasn't been making a lot of mistakes. Even then, Dragon goes down. TP is up on Bahuoto, and Wheelie, of course, without the teleport, there wasn't even really a chance for the side of Casual Reform to contest that Dragon.
Yep, and just this mid lane difference is going to provide so much pressure on the entire map. You can sort of translate that to either side of the map, the objectives that spawn.
Well, Chum the Waters does land onto Sean, but not the target he was hoping for. Hook's going to land onto a minion, take that minion. Even still, Lizra's going to go in a little bit, toying or playing with his food here. Playing with his food, not willing to commit fully, but definitely striking fear into the hearts.
Oh, we see a little surprise strategy here. Opening up.
as Planet is here, as the auto camera goes top, Royal on the top side, they're making a play on Battlefield, gets bursted down, and on the other side, Dark Binding is gonna miss, which means that No Idea is gonna get away scot-free. Overall, good trade by the side of Casual Reformed.
And this artillery piece, Shyvana, is always so funny to watch.
She's going Death Cap second item. That's aggressive.
I've always felt though that this Shyvana pick is always just Zoe but worse. I don't know. Something about watching always kind
as
of
they go for a dive, but Planet X steps too far up and gets 100 to 0 by No Idea. No Idea now in a 1v1 with him.
Fizz is here.
He's on the side. Shouldn't have the sun back up yet. Flash is in. Troll cues him. Troll pulls out. Gonna be another kill on Weezer, but great outplay by No Idea, getting a kill in a 2 versus 1.
And yeah, you're just gonna give the shutdown over to the Fizz that the Renekton had. Maybe that's tactical from the side of Planet there. Just give him a kill, give a big shutdown to the Fizz.
Big brain plays by Planet, dying on purpose to get the advantage earlier. Now Louisa looking mid, walking right in front of Sean. Chum the Waters does go down. Exhaust falls onto him as he troll pulls out. As Wheelie goes onto Bahuoto. Bahuoto very far behind. So is Wheelie. Wheelie though running out of mana. Bahuoto just stalling it out with his ultimate on is going to go onto Wheelie. Wheelie doesn't actually have enough mana to ulti right now as Planet X is coming.
Ooh,
flash forward by Bahuoto forces the flash out of Wheelie as well. Wheelie now running for his life as there's 4 members topside coming for him.
No.
Where is he running to? Running straight to the cemetery by the looks of it.
He's trying to buy as much time as possible for
is gonna
his
hang
team
on.
to try and push this mid.
They are going to dive onto Kid Kirito. Not going to quite get the kill just yet as the passive does get popped. Doesn't look like they're unfortunately going to be in a position.
Oh,
to
with the
take it,
artillery?
but Royal does end up getting it. We call that a quadra kill where I come from. Getting all 4 of the blobs with
No, that's
one
a pentakill.
ability.
You kill Zack and all of his children at the same time.
You know what? You right. We see a death cap completed now for the side of Royal. So strong, but know who's even stronger? Lizra on there forces the flash out of Royal, running away. Great.
Is just terrorizing the roof right now.
Oh, absolutely. We see Planet X or Planet stealing the blue buff now, going in for a gank on Zero Urge, who's already low HP. Zero Urge does have the rocket jump available. He's gonna rocket jump out, doesn't even know he's there. But unfortunately, Planet X is gonna flash in, rat-a-tat-tat, forces the heal, doesn't get the kill. Unfortunately, so another aggressive Fizz play that doesn't end up working out. But even still, this Fizz is proving time and time again that he knows how to get in these, or rather, this Twitch is proving he can get in these positions to really cause some havoc.
Maybe a bit overzealous from Planet there. I feel like the Flash is a little bit more valued on the Twitch than it is on the Tristana, personally. Especially when you have the 3-in-1 Renekton on the opposing side.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I do want to put a little bit of a spotlight on Carl DR. Both games have been exceptional. I don't think he's died either game so far. He's been landing a lot of really good bindings as the hook lands onto Lisa. Ult goes down but gets troll pulled out. It shouldn't put it on a cooldown, so that's good for the side of Sean, but even still disappointing that they can't get anything going for the side of Casual Reformed.
Dragon's coming up soon. No Idea's rotated down. No TP needed. And it looks like the first punch to this Drake is actually going to be on the side of Casual Reformed. They're fanning out on GGG's blue side jungle here, getting vision, moving as a unit. The only exception is Wheelie, who's just, doing wheelie things on the top side.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. Lee's now looking a little bit like he wants to get into it. He sees Wheelie there. Chum the Waters is going to go out. Such a short cooldown. He ults the damage from Chum the Waters. Wheelie proccing the passive is going to get sped up.
Fizz actually in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, no cooldowns on him, but Wheelie's going to back
If Wheelie
up.
can zone out Lisa from this dragon, his job will have been complete.
Oh, TP comes out by Bahuoto. No, but they're just collapsing onto the Lisa. Lisa caught so out of position, and it's going to go down.
Can they rush this Drake in time? I cannot see it.
It's 4v5. It's 4v5. Drake's going down, but not fast enough. Royal in such a good position, landing some poke. Bahuoto now no idea in the backline. Bahuoto jumps in, isn't able to get zero as he gets knocked down. Planet is going to land the rat-a-tat-tat all on No Idea, but No Idea doesn't care. It's going to tank the whole thing, going to get the Dragon. It's going to be a 4-for-0 for the side of Casually Reformed. And I didn't know we were watching baseball, but that was one hell of a throw.
And yes, when Lisa just dies, I feel like if they can't burst it down, they just have to give it up. And one of the funny things I saw during that fight is when No Idea jumped into the backline, he jumped into Carl DR, who then Zanya's, while Planet was just sitting there autoing him. But during the time where Carl was Zonya's, Planet did not take the time to respace himself at all. So then Renekton just walked over 2 feet and just killed Planet as well. It was very interesting.
Yeah, and now it's Baron started up for the side of Casually Reformed. We see GGG all rushing to it, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit too late. Really low, but they are going to get the Baron as well as the Dragon. They just swung this game so hard. 4 kills, 1 Dragon, 1 Baron, about 5,000 gold lead. And now the tables have turned completely, and it's going to be on Casually Reformed to make the most out of this Baron power play.
And the Tater-Tot just went and yeeted GGG into space. That's how hard this one just flipped. On a short second notice, everything just crumbles.
Yeah, you were saying it's up to the Fizz to make the mistakes for them, and what a mistake that was. Almost losing the duel to Wheelie, and as Wheelie's going in Bahuoto, Lizer is here for maybe a little bit of redemption as he tries. Wheelie chrono shifts out of the Chum the Waters and dodges Happy Feet dodges the Dark Binding, but even still, we have in the other lane No Idea pushing mid lane. Now it's going to soon be the side of Casually Reformed to get all their members together, and there's going to be some towers falling.
I'm interested just to see how well that Casually Reformed can use this Baron, because looking at their lineup here, I'm not sure if this is really what you would call the Super Siege comp.
Yeah. They got the one artillery in the Shyvana, and then everyone else has to jump on you. So
and I say that mostly because it's still kind of even if the goal difference doesn't suggest it. I feel like if push comes to shove and they scrap it out, this Fizz can still definitely do some damage, force it so that Casually Reformed cannot just walk up to the turret and free hit it like you'd want to be doing with this Baron.
And it's so hard right now for the side of Casually Reformed because the exhaust is down on Sean. So they don't really have any reliable way to stop the Fizz. Fizz will run through their whole team. So even with the Baron, as you were saying, it's a lot more even than it would appear.
And looking at it now, No Idea with no TP still set up on the top side. You got 3 people hovering around mid. It's a 1-3-1 setup, but no TPs around. So I hope that GGG might be able to recognize they could collapse possibly on one member.
As Wheelie goes in 2v1, is forced to use the Chrono Shift out as the Unstoppable Force comes out for Bahuoto, but the Flash gets forced out by Wheelie. I said the wrong name for the ultimate there. We're rolling past it. On the top side, Rise was going to go...
to the turret.
Yeah, go in.
The cannons are going to push it down maybe.
Yeah, and they do get the mid lane turret. So I was about to say, Casually Reformed not using great use of their Baron, but we saw with Planet showing on the top side, they're able to get 2 towers for free. Looking up for the side of Casually Reformed.
Yep, and this next point of contention, surely this Baron will drop out within the next, 20, 30 seconds. That Drake in a minute 10, if GGG don't say to themselves that they want to, concede it, maybe get a little bit more gold on the Twitch before they fight it, this would be where you look to blow the game wide open if you are Casually Reformed.
But they are on a little bit of a clock now. We see the Twitch, of course, going to scale into be such a monster. Lysra almost completed the death cap now. We saw him by the second needlessly large rod. He's probably only about 1,000 gold away from one-shotting almost any member on the side of Casually Reformed. His Planet goes in for a little bit of poke on John there. Not going to mean much, but they got 2 towers from the Baron power play, but with the Dragon coming up soon, it's going to be on the side of Casually Reformed to see if they can make another miracle play happen like it did before.
And I like this from No Idea, just leveraging his power, his strength in the side lanes, knowing that Bahuoto cannot match him no matter what happens. He's constantly being a thorn in the side of GGG, pushing this indefinitely.
Oh, his planet is up on the top side. Him and Bahuoto are going to go on. Flash comes out of no idea and almost completely one-shotting. Planet gonna kite for his life as the stasis gets used. They're gonna try to
He's going
continue
to be
to
looking
CC
for
him
another
up.
slice and dice to try and dive
Yeah,
on the
it's
Twitch.
coming up. Oh, and then just completely shredding Bahuoto.
Oh.
2v1 outplay. On top of that, his team is gonna get the the third fire strike in the game. Second for their team, and forces the whole rest of GGG upside as Leezer comes down. Chum the Waters goes on to no idea, but does next to no damage. Kid Corito comes in as well. Now with the CC, with the Dark Binding, just going wide, they are going to finally take him down. But even still, no idea drawing 5 people's attention, getting the Dragon for his team, and even still getting a kill and what looks to be a tower bot side. He is killing it this game.
And there it is, the leverage I was just talking about right before it happened. He knows it's going to take a whole army to match him. And when that army shows up, they trade that Drake, they trade that bot turret, and they still get the kill on planet to boot.
Baron up in 1 minute now. The next objective to fight over. TP's up on both top laners, so it's got to favor Casual Reform with a Bahuoto in no way can contest with no idea. So it's going to be on Bahuoto. He's going to be, or rather on no idea, he's going to be able to draw so much pressure for this fight at the Baron.
And I feel so bad. I think I cursed Bahuoto earlier in the game. I called him the Super Mega Chad, and then all of a sudden he went full Chad mode and kind of ran it down his lane almost.
Yeah, the bad kind of Chad.
The shy cosplay, if you will.
Exactly. He's down by 40 CS, 1-5 compared to 5-2. Not having a good time. 1.5 items-ish? I guess almost two items compared to Bahuoto's 3 items now. Working on the GA, or compared to No Idea's 3 items, working on the GA now as well. He's going to be an absolute monster to take down. This is going to be very hard for the side of GGG to contest this Baron.
One thing I've noticed from watching the map for the past few minutes is that Wheelie really enjoys going through solo joyrides through the enemy jungle. If somehow he runs into one of GGG, something bad could happen, I'm just saying. Many times we've seen Wheelie just kind of doing his own thing.
You're definitely right. I do also want to point out that Wheelie somehow has a bounty when he's 2-5 up against a 9-3 mid laner. So Wheelie evidently the high priority target to shut down this game, I guess.
Maybe because he has been, romping around the jungle, counter jungling, getting the CS. He's back up 20 CS over his lane.
Yeah. And we see now, No Idea was playing a little bit safe, but now that he sees Twitch in the mid lane, he can feel free to run up. As the Baron's already getting started by the side of Casual Reform, they see Planet.
I'm not sure if I like that.
Yeah, they
don't like it either.
Yeah, smart call. Definitely, they don't want Twitch to get a good flank, and they're going to go mid instead, catch the wave, make sure no towers go down. But No Idea still in the top lane, bullying Bahuoto.
And here it is, GGG just looking to, clear some of the vision, get a little bit of control over this Baron side here. No Idea, same as always. He's Renekton, he's ahead, he's snowballed. He's not a whole lot you can do there, unless you want to give up the Baron.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of Baron, they are just going to clear vision here, but
the dance continues. You see, Lyra, DR, and Corito constantly moving back and forth between Baron and shadowing the Volibear. They don't know what to pull the trigger on.
As
Actually,
Royal
here we go.
goes on Planet. Planet
God.
really felt the counterplay all up in his face right there as he gets completely one-shot, and that's going to open the opportunity for Baron for the side of Casual Reform for the next 40 seconds. And they're oh my goodness, it looks like the side of GGG is sending 3 people bottom lane. As soon as Casual Reform sees this, they're going to be able to hop on the Baron right away. They see the Fizz, Slice and Dice comes out, trying to buy as much time as possible as he continues to run away. Bahuoto is going to use the Unrelenting Charge, and the ult Chum the Waters is going to go wide as No Idea continues to run. We can see on the other side of the map,
stalling.
Baron started up. Why would you send 3 people down to kill the Renekton right after you got picked by Baron? They're not even able to get the Renekton. They're not able to contest the Baron at all. And this is a nice Baron over to the side of Casual Reform and setting them in a great game site with 40 seconds left for the Elder Soul.
And one thing that I'm really liking, Royal's proving me wrong on this Shyvana. I usually don't see this Shyvana pan out, but he's playing it pretty well, really is that mortar that his team needs to just absolutely explode the Twitch from far away.
Yeah, and It's pretty interesting. Both these games, so many of the aspects of it is switched. You know, we saw last game, Bahuoto was the one head. We saw last game, Wheelie did get solo killed, but Wheelie was helping his team out a lot more. That got switched this game. Last game, GGG's macro was undoubtedly better, but this game has just been a complete 180 in almost every aspect as the dragon is coming up. Oh, Chum the Waters, even Chum the Waters now goes wide. Chumming the waters in the river, I guess, and nothing else as they continue to take it out. It looks like they might be wanting to go onto Bahuoto a little bit. Planet in a good spot, invisible, Wheelie dodges it. Wheelie forced to Zanya's in the middle of the team, but he's going to be able to walk out. Royal on the flank now has a good position to get onto Planet. We saw last time how well that will go for Planet as he's running in. Planet does have sums. Royal sees him, is going to force the flash out, but it won't even matter.
Oh, I
Flash
feel
is
that
too
in
late.
my soul.
As the flash comes out, blowing up Zero Urge, Polar Bear ultimate comes out. There's clashing in the middle net now. Chrono Shift comes out. Bahuoto goes down. It's just Kid Kirito now left. He flashes out, but his passive being popped as Echo dives over. No Idea dives over, and No Idea taking the kill with the slice and dice. It's going to be Dragon Soul or Infernal Soul going over to the side of Casually Reformed, and what a swing this game has been.
Oh my god, watching that Twitch just get one shot hurts me internally. It brings back bad memories of everything, of Zoe,
Yeah.
of this Shyvana.
If you have ever played League of Legends, you felt a little bit bad right there. There was no part of you that was like, yeah, that felt fair. This Royal, very aggressive early game, but he wasn't able to get it going. But what he was able to get going worked out really well. Now, Chum the Waters does land onto No Idea, and No Idea isn't going to be all that tanky in terms of MR. The GA is going to get popped. And he's going to go down, flashes out, but it's to no avail. So they are able to get one back. But Wheelie on the top side is going to be pressuring the inhibitor. Going to go on to Bahuoto. Kid Kirito's there offering his support, though. Baron does go down. Kid Kirito, Elastic Slingshot, does land onto Wheelie. The Q lands as well. Wheelie's going to get CC'd up. Going to force the Chrono Shift out here. Does a whole whack of damage, but Planet is here now. Wheelie still killing Bahuoto and getting out himself. What an outplay by Wheelie. And that's been the story of this game, is the side lanes have been so consistently outplaying. As I say, that Planet goes in, goes on to
Planet,
Wheelie.
what are you doing?
Planet deciding that he doesn't want to shoot someone with his bow. He's going to smack them with his bow. Chum the Water comes out, misses onto Zero, but Kid Kirito goes in. Nautilus Ult won't land because of the Morgana shield. Circuit's at top, but now Royal's in the fight. A huge E by Shyvana is going to get the kill. Kid Kirito now going down, and that's an ace for Casual Reformed, and that's going to be the inhibitor and the Nexus as well.
And that's 17 seconds on Bahuoto at 25 on Planet. You'd have to imagine this might just be the game here.
Yeah, absolutely. They're pushing in. TP comes out from No Idea to snuff out whatever chance there was, and we're going to get one of the rare game threes coming from our two third place tied teams in this game. Great game all around.